Hello everybody, you're watching World Without Rule of Law. Welcome to the Southern Virginia Homestead. Today I want to talk a little bit about bug out vehicles. So we wanted to get a vehicle that we could use if the need ever arises, which hopefully it will not, to bug out. And we ran the gamut of different things. We started with, of course, ideally I like those Ford 1-ton vans, E350 with the Quigley four-wheel drive conversion, but then instantly realized it cost more than my house did, so probably wasn't going to be in our cards for a bug out vehicle. And we ran all the way down the sliding scale, looked at different vehicles, vans, trucks, and at the end of the day they're not too budget friendly. And then you have a vehicle that you could spend significant money and make it your daily driver, but we didn't want to do that. We wanted to stay. We had kind of a small budget to work with. So then we went to like an old used Suburban. There was we're looking at one online on Craigslist. It was like a 96, 200,000 miles on it. It was a couple grand. We wanted to stay under $3,000. So in that range, you're looking at Suburbans, you're looking at, old, lot of miles, and sometimes that's okay, but then the thing's parked here, and yeah, we could sleep in it. I had a Tahoe, it was a little tight, but the Suburban's a little longer. I'm sure we could make it work, but if we're driving it every day, then we're racking up the miles on something that already has a ton of miles. If it's parked here, then it's just for a single purpose, and it's parked here, and so okay, that's all right, but now you got another vehicle, you got to register it, you got to insure it, you got to maintain it, and so there's an expense there. So really considerations were budget, and another thing we wanted to look at was multiple use. So then we slid all the way down the scale to, I have a 12-foot landscape trailer. We were going to make some kind of mobile portable housing to put on there, whether it be with cattle panels with a tarp over it or whatever, that we could have and set up if we needed to sleep on it, like a tent, so to speak. And that was okay. Keeps us out of the rain, out of the mud. In a real windy driving rainstorm, could be compromised, right? In the winter, some protection, but maybe not quite as much. So this is what we settled on. This is a 10-foot by 5-foot Lark cargo trailer with a V nose. Now, this, one thing I like about it was, a couple things I like about it. One, it fit our budget. Two, it's multiple use, right? So it's set up, it could be a bug out trailer. I'm going to make a bed in there and do a few modifications to it. I want to pop a couple windows in it, and it'll serve that purpose. At the same time, if we need to move anything with something that we don't want exposed to the weather, then we have an enclosed trailer. And the third purpose is when we're not using it at all and it's sitting in our yard somewhere, it's kind of almost like another shed, like it is here, right? I was working on a project upstairs, and so I got some lumber and picked it up, and it's been sitting in here, and in the rain, it's protected from the weather. So this trailer, we did get a few options added onto it, and one was we got the insulated, let's see if I can show that, insulated ceiling panels we got with the vent. Actually, the vent was standard. The only thing extra we got was the spare tire. That cost extra, and we did get it insulated, and then added the roof panel also with insulation. So all in all, I think it was $2,600 for everything. The nice thing I like about it is, instead of Luan, they're using a nice heavy plywood, and the floor is plywood, 3/4 plywood. It seemed to be decent construction, and I think it's going to serve our purpose. So in the future, we're going to show the conversion. Like I said, I want to pop in a couple windows. Looking at RV windows, they're a little pricey, and the opening, which equates to the amount of ventilation you're going to get from it, are very small. And so I'm thinking about putting in a standard house construction window at least one in the back door because it's a wider panel, right? Now these on the side walls are 16-inch center, maybe a narrow casement or a double hung window, but it has to be pretty narrow. They're 16 on center, so I'm thinking I got like 14 inches width to work with. Jury's still out on that one. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I got some ideas about the bed. I want to have it fold up in the middle, both sides fold up against the wall. My wife and I are going to use this also if we want to go to the lake overnight somewhere and camp out, or state park. We kind of have this. It's going to be set up. I am going to put a 110 outlet in there, and I'm going to have a heater and an air conditioner, so if we do have access to power, we have some creature comforts. And if not, it'll just be basically a tent on wheels that's weatherproof, thunderproof, lightning proof, and should serve our purposes. So the thing I want to do with the bed is I want to have it in two, because we have a couple memory foam mattresses. We have a twin and we have a full size, and so my wife and I are together. We could have both sections down. We could have the full size. If I'm traveling alone, as I will be doing sometimes, then I could fold that up and just use the twin and have a little more room to store stuff or move around in there. So that's it. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. Kind of do a little walk around here. So we are going to do, or I'm going to attempt to do the conversion on this, and I'll bring you along and show you that as it unfolds. 10 by 5 Lark cargo trailer. Thank you all for watching. God bless you.